and writes a letter.
She is fair of skin and hair.
Just clear of 40, she's haughty.
Her pen flies, disturbing the dusty air of her poor apartment.
2 small rooms along the landing and down the back stair.
2 small rooms, quite high, but no view of the sky.
No sun falls through to write her letters by.
She has packed her valise, she reads.
Friday, 7th of July, 1929. My dear Maud, I have at last received word from Syleham Manor that my application for the post of governess has been accepted, and I am to travel there this very morning.
Down the lane.
The trap is coming.
I shall begin immediately, without interview, on a probationary period of 6 months. If I can impress Mr. Treadgold, Master of Syleham, my position is secured, and I will become a surrogate mamma to his 2 motherless children. I hope that they will grow to love me, and that he too will come to admire my dutiful manner and quiet efficiency.
The trap comes into view.
The driver leads her horses to the door.
They stamp and pull.
Based on my last attempt to seduce a wealthy widower, I expect him to flirt with me by week 3, to desire me by week 5, and to be totally infatuated by week 8, giving me 4 clear months to seal the deal and become the next Mrs. Treadgold.
The driver checks her watch.
Time to go, miss.
Have patience, dear sister. I know that by now we might have been ensconced at Bolsover Hall, had the late Lord Bolsover not choked to death on a fatally overstuffed beef sandwich.
The trap is waiting.
The horses champ the bit.
I shall keep you informed of my progress. The final part of our plan must not be mentioned here, but I am steeling myself to the task and will not be found lacking when the time comes. Burn this after reading. Your most affectionate sister, Ruth.
With hot red wax and black penny stamp, the letter's ready.
One of many to Sister Maud.
Once adored by husband of Lord.
But now despised and steeped in lies.
The wife that dies to run.
Run, run.
Time to go.
Coming.
She's down the stairs and out the door.
Let me give you a hand, miss.
Thank you.
She mounts the trap. The horses paw.
Is it far to Syleham?
Far enough. Hold on to your hat. Yeah!
The wheels are set in motion.
The wheels of fate and fortune.
Up with the sun to start the day. Hark away, off on a journey far away. Hark away, my lady, hark away, my lady. Under the mantle of the sky, houses fly, hue and bright, all in the blinking of an eye. Rides the bold, my lady, rides the bold, my lady.
Going to school, the children wave.
The widow looks up from tending the grave.
From his rough hands the farmer drops the barren sand.
Up with the sun to start the day. Hark away, off on a journey far away. Hark away, my lady, hark away, my lady.
Women and girls hang sheets on the line. A lad with an apple he cleans to a shine.
While under the oak the old men watch and smoke.
Under the mantle of the sky, houses fly, hue and bright, all in the blinking of an eye. Rides the bold, my lady, rides the bold, my lady.
As the world goes by, she reflects upon old schemes.
In her mind's eye, she sifts through her dreams.
Up with the sun to start the day. Hark away, off on a journey far away. Hark away, my lady, hark away, my lady.
Here we are then, miss. Syleham Manor.
Excuse me, driver.
Yes.
I couldn't help but notice you're a woman.
Thank you, miss. You know, I've always had an inkling that I was, and now you've put the lid on it.
Are you being facetious?
I am. You'll get used to me. Gabriel's the name. I'm the driver, gardener, carpenter, and general dog's body.
How do you do, Gabriel? I am Miss Critterworth, the new governess.
Yes, I know.
I have a letter for posting. Is it far to the village?
Too far to walk. Now down you get. I've got a funeral at past.
Oh, aren't you attached to the household?
Not permanently. I am attached to the housekeeper here, Mrs. Cornish.
A relation?
No, but I sort of look after her. She's a troubled soul, but she means well.
Indeed.
Pull the doorbell then. Susan will be down in a minute. Come on, you horses.
Aren't you going to stay?
No. Good luck, miss.
Are you Ruth?
I am Miss Critterworth. You must be Susan the maid, yes?
That's right.
Young Susan McIvor.
A mischievous maid.
She's never respectful.
She's never afraid.
You're early. Well done. That's a good start.
Are all the servants here so rude?
Sorry, it's just my way to be direct. Honesty is the best policy, don't you think?
Of course.
Welcome to Syleham Manor, Miss Critterworth.
Thank you.
Come in.
The new governess steps over the threshold.
Susan shuts the door.
What was that?
What?
That sighing sound.
It's just a draught. None of the windows fit here and the doors often rattle.
I hope I shan't be kept awake at night.
Your room's on the 3rd floor. It's much quieter up there.
That's good. What about owls?
What about them?
Aren't you country folk plagued by owls and bats and such?
Not generally in the bedroom. Would you like to see the servants' parlour?
Oh, haven't I got my own sitting room?
Afraid not. Millie and the maid will take your bag.
Hello, miss.
This way.
They turn to the left and along the dark hall.
Family portraits hang on the wall.
Past the great stairs and under they go.
Down to the rooms on the floor below.
Where the furniture is cheap and the fittings will do.
And the damp air reeks of yesterday's stew.
This place could do with a clean.
Two matriarchs sit side by side, one grumbling in her worn-out chair.
This is our housekeeper, Mrs. Cornish, but she prefers to be called Corny.
I do not, as well you know, Susan McIvor.
Like all dragons, she's most dangerous just before dinner.
Ha!
The other, neat and hazel-eyed, sits dreaming, her thoughts elsewhere.
That is Aunt Cordelia.
Miss Treadgold to you?
The master's her nephew.
What's the master's auntie doing below stairs?
I prefer it here. It's so much livelier. Are you the governess?
Yes, Miss Treadgold.
You're quite handsome for your age.
Thank you, miss.
Have you met Sydney yet?
Sydney?
The master of the house?
Ah, no, not yet.
You'd better tidy yourself up before you do.
Am I untidy?
No, dear.
He's a stickler for tidiness and punctuality.
I will try to please him.
Good luck with that one.
When will I meet the children?
They're around here somewhere. I just heard them whispering.
Hiding, I expect. It's their favourite game.
Ah, hide and seek. Yes, it used to be mine too.
Then I'm sure you'll all get along nicely.
Oh, that's the master calling.
Come and see us whenever you like, my dear, and try not to be too afraid.
Afraid? What?
He's in his study. This way.
Back up the stairs and along to the right.
At the end of the hall is a reddish light.
They pass by a room with the door ajar.
What's in there?
It's the drawing room for when the master has guests.
Does he often entertain?
No. Here we are. This is the new governess, sir.
The Master of Syleham jangles his keys.
Through a crack in the glass, he surveys his estate.
The women wait, they seem ill at ease.
Though the evening is warm, there's a fire in the grate.
Sir?
Yes, I heard you. Forgive me, I was miles away.
Miss Crittleworth, sir.
Thank you, Susan. You can go now.
Oh, I'm happy to stay.
But I said you should go, didn't I?
You said I could go.
Well, now I'm saying you should go.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
And I'm sorry too, Susan, for my careless use of the verb should give you the impression that you have a choice in the matter.
I'll wait outside.
So, Miss...
Crittleworth, sir, but I have no objection to being addressed by my first name.
Which is?
It's Ruth, sir.
Very well. I shall call you Miss Crittleworth.
Yes, sir.
Off you go, then.
What?
You can get back to whatever you were doing.
But where are the children?
In the kitchen, by the sound of it.
Will I meet them at some point?
At some point.
And when may I begin my duties?
You're very eager.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm keen to get started. I have my first month's lessons planned out already. Young minds are such fertile ground.
Thank you.
What?
That will be all.
Yes, sir.
Susan! Show Miss Crittleworth to her room. Your supper will be brought to your room at 9 o'clock sharp.
But I'd prefer to eat with the other servants.
Not tonight. I'm sure you need rest after the long journey from wherever it was.
Just outside Ipswich, sir.
Yes, there.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
He can seem rude on first acquaintance.
You don't say.
Here's Millie to take you up to your room. I'll show you the schoolroom in the morning. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite.
Bedbugs?
Don't mind Susan, miss. Come along. Here's your room, miss. Good night.
Good night.
The room is small, the room is bare.
With only a bed, a table and chair.
No picture adorns the walls.
No carpet graces the boards.
Only a candle to see to read.
To write her letters to Sister Maud.
Hello? Is somebody there?
The hours tick by.
A night,
a day.
She fills her time. She walks the grounds.
She hears the sounds the children make,
And sometimes sees a shadow or a darting shape.
but nothing more.
The
The
hours drag.
A night, a day.
The house is strange.
She locks her door.
Dear sister, I have been at Syleham Manor for 4 days, and I still haven't met Hugo and Eloise, the master's children. Their habit of whispering in dark corners and breaking things is most distressing, and I intend to teach them both some manners. I've been left to make my own arrangements in the schoolroom. The other servants aren't much company. Susan the maid is helpful at least, and has agreed to carry my letters to the village for posting. As to our plan, Sidney Treadgold shows no softer side to his nature. He's no Mr. Rochester, any more than I am Jane Eyre. And something odd occurred here last night. I awoke with a start at 2 a.m. Hearing voices, I went downstairs to investigate. They were coming from the drawing room. There were 6 people dressed for dinner. All were of middling age except for one old lady who looked like a duchess from 100 years ago.
A body could starve around here. Dinner should have been served hours ago. Fire the starve, fire the cook.
They seemed absorbed in their own thoughts and reflections. A younger woman in culottes and a navy beret sat by the old duchess.
If only I'd stayed at my other place. My last lady was such a gentle soul. Why did I have to get stuck here with her?
Then a smart lady in green velvet spoke.
My late husband used to say that my hands were my best feature. He was always saying that. I never knew whether to laugh or cry.
Then a man in a shabby tweed suit.
While on a hiking holiday in the Bavarian Alps, I stopped off at this little place called Wasserburg, where I bought this rather marvellous pipe.
A priest held a picture frame.
Of all of the photographs, this is my favourite. Me and the boys were fishing in old Lambert's pond. He chased us off with a stick. I'll never forget that day.
And a diva in red caressed a white rose.
After every performance, there was always a host of eligible young men waiting for me at the stage door. Every aria brought forth a shower of roses.
Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
Who are you?
I'm the new governess. I thought we had intruders.
Intruders? Intruders? Where? Let me at 'em.
No, I meant you. The hall clock woke me and then I heard your voices.
Why were you sleeping?
It's 2 in the morning.
It certainly isn't.
What's going on?
It's the new governess, Aunt Grace. She says it's 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning? Well, dinner should have been served hours ago. It's outrageous.
My watch says 7:55.
Yes, and mine.
See, you are mistaken.
I can assure you it is the middle of the night. The hall clock just struck 2 a.m. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
We can't.
What?
Shh!
I presume you are guests here.
You could say that.
She just did.
Oh, shut up, you two. Look, we are family members. That's all you need to know.
I'm not a family member.
Stop complaining, hussy.
Does the master know you're here?
Now there's a question.
He knows.
Then why has he not come to welcome you?
Perhaps we are not welcome.
Hush, Caspar.
I'll fetch Susan.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Come into the light, dear.
Oh,
Don't be afraid. We won't bite.
Oh, just ignore them.
So, you are the new governess.
Yes, Ruth, Madam.
This is Mr. Harry Treadgold and the Reverend Mr. Casper, the Master's brothers.
Hello.
Casper's wife, Cecily.
Mrs. Treadgold, thank you.
That's old Aunt Grace in her chair.
She's 104, you know.
And her companion, Perdita Luckless.
I shouldn't even be here.
I'm Gwendolen Darcy, widow of the late Captain Horatio Dalrymple Darcy of the Royal Engineers. I'm the Master's sister.
We call her Gwen, or Gwenny. You can too, if you like.
A servant addressing us by our first names. Preposterous.
What does it matter now that we're...
Casper?
He's right, Cicely. It doesn't matter anymore.
Nonsense. One's rank and social position always matters. It's the only thing that makes my life bearable.
It's been the ruin of mine.
Stop complaining, Perdita.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
Get me whiskey and soda, would you?
I can't.
I'm one of those wavy shortbread thingies. What are they called?
Oh, a Viennese whirl.
That's the one.
She can't.
No whiskey, no biscuits. I wish I was dead.
Well, actually, Auntie,
Casper!
Yes, dear.
What's the matter, dear?
Nothing. I just felt a little shivery for a moment, that's all.
Are you cold?
I suppose so. Or perhaps somebody just walked over my grave.
She's good looking, isn't she, Cecily?
In a below-stairs sort of way.
I wonder, do you know where the nursery is?
Why?
I've been here for days and I still haven't seen the children.
They're always about here somewhere.
They broke my footstool, little devils.
They pull my hair.
It's just high spirits.
And once they put cream cheese inside my beret.
Did the Master say when you would meet them?
He was rather vague about it.
But what did he say?
He said, at some point.
Interesting. You look tired, my dear. You should go now.
Tell that dragon Cornish to bring my dinner.
And with that, dear sister, they became absorbed in themselves again, and I returned to my room. Perhaps it was a dream, for today there was no sign of them. But if they really are family members, the road to our fortune may be more arduous. This house is full of secrets.
Rise and shine, Millie.
Yes, Mrs. Cornish.
It's 6 a.m. Look at this parlour. It needs a sweep. The stove needs coal, and Miss Cordelia wants her breakfast.
I can wait, dear. Don't fuss.
Morning, ladies. Morning, Miss Treadgold.
Ah, Gabriel, you're just in time.
What for, miss?
A slice of bread fresh from the oven. Take it or leave it.
No thanks, Mrs. Cornish. I had breakfast early.
What's that you've got?
It's a trumpet, miss. I found it half buried in a field.
Can you play it?
I could once, but this one's pretty bashed up. It might be beyond repair.
Take it to the music teacher in the town.
Mr. Locke?
Yes. Do you know him?
Oh, yes. I conveyed his dear old mother to her final resting place.
Then I'm sure he'll be happy to fix it for you.
Have you come to flash off your trumpet, or did you want something else?
Do I need a reason to visit my favourite lady?
You're always hanging about, I'd know that much.
Perhaps she just wants a bit of mothering.
Well, she can whistle for that. I'm not the mothering kind.
Ah, the new governess.
Good morning, Gabriel.
You're still here, then? That's a good sign.
What do you mean?
You must be getting on all right.
Do you know how to get rid of rats?
Rats? No. Rats aren't my area. You want the Pied Piper for that. Cheerio! I'll be back tomorrow with a cartload of veg.
Goodbye, Gabriel.
I'll give her a cartload in a minute.
She means no harm.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. I think she's up to something.
Nonsense.
Well, why does she keep coming round here anyway?
Perhaps she likes you.
Oh, don't be silly. You don't like me, do you? Of course you don't, because I'm a dragon, an ogre, a fire-breathing monster.
You're a pussycat, disguised as a dragon.
I need to get into the schoolroom to finish my preparations. May I have the key?
Susan has it.
But you're the housekeeper.
Susan has it.
Did you say you had a rat, dear?
Yes, I think it's in the attic. I can hear it shuffling about in the night.
Millie, go and find Susan. She can deal with it.
Yes, Mrs. Cornish.
Are you all right, Miss Treadgold?
Yes, thank you.
She's tired, that's all. You go about your duties, governess. I'll make us a nice cup of hot chocolate. Shall I, dear?
That would be lovely.
Here's Susan, miss.
Good morning, Corny.
Don't start with me, Susan McIvor. Come along, Miss Cordelia.
Well, here I am, reporting for duty. What's the problem?
Rats in the attic, I think.
More likely in the roof. I'll put some poison down.
There's something else. May I talk to you for a moment?
Of course. Off you go, Millie.
Yes, miss.
What's up?
Everything. I'm confused about my duties. I don't understand why the children don't want to meet me. The master is offhand, and now I'm disturbed in the small hours by voices.
Voices? Perhaps it's Mrs. Cornish yelling at the milkman.
No, I meant the people I heard.
How many?
6. 4 women, 2 men in the drawing room, and they had 3 dogs with them.
Are you prone to night terrors, Miss Crittleworth?
No, and these people weren't frightening. They said they were family members. I thought the master had no other family except the children.
And Aunt Cordelia?
Yes, she was a surprise.
Ah, surprise?
It's just I thought he was the last Treadgold, that's all.
Does it matter to you that he isn't?
No, of course not. Why would it?
Well, it might. If, say, you had designs on the master.
Designs?
Well, you wouldn't be the first one. A rich widower with a huge house, servants and family heirlooms. Perhaps you fancy your chances.
Good heavens, no. What a suggestion.
Well, I wouldn't blame you. To marry well is the only chance most women have of living a comfortable life, especially the likes of us.
Nothing could be further from my mind.
And anyway, who could tolerate such a bully of an husband?
Exactly. Though some women will put up with almost anything.
But not you?
Absolutely not. Not me.
Who then?
My sister.
Whose letters I post?
Yes.
Is her husband cruel?
Cruel? He's a monster.
Aren't they all?
Well, I think so.
Can't she run away?
No, she's not well, and, well, he wants to have her put in a hospital, and, well...
And you want to protect her? I would.
What happened to the children's mother?
I think she was killed in a skiing accident, but it all happened before I came here.
Do you have family, Susan?
No, I'm a sad little orphan with no family at all. Please, sir, can I have some more? Anyway, let's go upstairs to the master's study. You can ask him all your questions.
Along the passage they pass a door.
A locked door. Susan McIvor walks swiftly on.
But the governess lingers.
What's wrong?
I saw that handle move.
You didn't. That's the old servants' hall. It's got rising damp and black mould. We keep it locked.
Is it directly under the drawing room?
That's right.
I saw from the garden that the windows are all boarded up. Surely that just keeps all the stale air inside.
Yeah, well, children broke 'em.
Well, can't they be mended?
No point. They'd only break 'em again. Anyway, you're going to stop all that soon. Come on.
The Master of Syleham jangles his keys.
Through a crack in the glass, he looks down the long drive.
His manner is tense. He seems ill at ease.
As if he expects something bad to arrive.
Mr. Treadgold, sir, I brought the governess to see you.
What do you want, Miss...
Crittleworth, sir. I would... Well,
She's keen to know when she can begin her duties. I'm curious to know that myself.
Don't be insolent, Susan.
Well, the children are getting worse. Something has to be done.
Sir, their behaviour is quite extreme. I'm starting to wonder if I'm the right person for the job.
Oh, of course you are.
Perhaps sending them to boarding school.
Out of the question. I chose you from a score of applicants. I could tell by the tone of your letter that you were the one.
Oh, really?
Without a mother's guidance, the children have become a little wild, that's all. Once you've laid down some rules and get them into a routine, they'll soon learn to toe the line. I know you have it in you.
So when can she start?
After the weekend?
Thank you, sir.
Was there something else?
Just,
Have there been any visitors this week, sir?
No. Why?
It's nothing.
Miss Crittleworth thought she spoke with some people in the middle of the night, in the drawing room.
People? What people?
They said they were family members. Look, it was probably just a dream.
Or a delusion, perhaps? Are you getting enough sleep?
Well...
Why don't you try some of the stuff that I take? I'll get Millie to bring a bottle to your room.
What is it?
It's only a herbal sleep remedy. Don't look so worried. It's perfectly harmless.
Thank you, sir.
Now run along. I'm sure you've got plenty to do.
The Master of Syleham returns to his musing.
His mood is elusive, his manner confusing.
Now, has that set your mind at rest, Miss Crittleworth?
I don't know. I've nothing to do, that's the problem. Could you unlock the schoolroom for me?
Of course.
I'd like to finish reorganising it if I'm to start at last after the weekend.
Righto.
And where is the children's nursery? Where do they keep their things?
Yeah, they've got their own rooms now that they're bigger.
But where? All the upstairs rooms are locked.
Uh-oh, that's the master calling. Hello, Millie. What's up with him?
He says he wants a word with you, alone.
Oh, what have I done now? See you later, governess.
The hours tick by.
A night, a day.
The weekend passes. And the whole house holds its breath.
A night, a day.
Something waits in every corner.
Something stretches up.
Its shadow grows like mould upon the walls.
A night, a day.
She climbs the stairs.
She's in her room again.
She hears a step upon the attic floor.
The house is strange.
She locks her door.
Dear sister, the last 2 nights have been intolerable. The children are beginning to frighten me now. They whisper outside my door at all hours of the night. The other servants don't say, but they are afraid of them too. Last night I took a tonic before bed and slept for about 2 hours. I awoke with a start and felt myself held by both hands. I couldn't struggle or cry out. By forces unknown, I was led from my room into the corridor and passed from one to the other, held, then turned, then passed again, the pattern repeating until I was completely disorientated. Then I felt myself being lifted into the air. Somehow I seemed to glide up a narrow stairway towards a small dark door, which I took to be the attic. I saw a chink of light and slowly recovered my senses. There was a sound from inside. Hello? Is somebody in there?
Go away.
Why?
Just go away. I want to sleep.
I didn't know anyone was up here.
Go away.
Sorry, it's just I've heard you moving about and I thought...
What do you want?
Nothing.
Who sent you?
Nobody. I think I walked in my sleep.
Oh?
Yes. I thought you were a rat.
No, though I might as well be.
Susan said she put poison down.
Poison?
Yes, does she know you're here?
You should go back to bed.
Are you the butler or something?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll go.
Wait a minute. What are you doing at Syleham?
I'm the new governess.
Who are your charges?
The master's children.
What children?
Good question. I've yet to meet them.
I didn't know he had children. A house needs children.
Not these two. They're a nightmare. They smash crockery and break windows. They leave taps running and break furniture and put cream cheese in people's berets.
So you've come to give them guidance?
Guidance? It's punishment they need.
Punishment's no good without understanding.
It's too late for that. They've gone wild.
I was always in trouble as a child. When I was 7, I put my little brother in his pram, pushed him all the way to the bus station and left him there.
Gracious.
I had planned to put him on the Lowestoft bus, but I hadn't got enough pocket money.
Why Lowestoft?
I thought it was the end of the known world.
Your parents must have gone mad.
They weren't too pleased.
Did you get a thrashing?
No.
I would have done. My father didn't spare the rod.
And do you think you came out any better for it?
I came out tougher, that's for sure.
My father believed children should wake every morning to the sound of beautiful music.
What rubbish.
He liked Chopin. The Ranger Prelude was his favourite.
My father sometimes played the piano when he was drunk.
Oh, yes?
It was the prelude to him thrashing the daylights out of us.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry for me. I'm all right.
Are you? Are you a happy person?
I'll be happy when I've got what I want.
What's that?
Never you mind. Anyway, I think your father sounds a bit wet.
Because he didn't thrash us?
Because he was soft. You can't respect a person who's soft.
Did you respect your father?
No, he was a terrible man.
So what's your point?
I don't know. You've confused me now.
Why are you angry?
I don't know. Go away.
You go away.
I will. I'm going.
Good. Have you gone yet?
No.
I had children once.
Really? What happened to them?
They both died in the flu epidemic after the war. They'd be quite grown up by now.
Where's their mother?
She's long gone. What's your name?
Ruth. What's yours?
I can't say.
Why not?
Someone might get hurt if I do.
What do you mean?
Will you come and see me again?
Why?
Because I like your company.
Why?
I think you're a decent person.
No, I'm not. I'm...
What?
Nothing.
You'd better go back to bed. Good night.
Good night.
The stair is dark. Her way is unsure.
She sits for a moment.
She lingers. Outside the door, she traces her shadow,
disturbing the dust on the landing floor.
From inside the door, a sliver of light escapes, breaks through.
and glances her fingers.
Dear sister, I stayed in that place until the early hours of dawn. I don't know why.
What are you doing here, miss?
Oh, hello, Millie. I got lost.
Let's get you back to your room.
The weekend has passed. The wait is over. The household is restless. The governess waits to begin her duties.
Here we are again.
And still no supper.
There's something different about tonight.
Was that the chandelier?
Yes, Cecily, I'm afraid it was.
Those little devils.
They're getting worse.
At least we haven't lost the Rococo mirror.
We have now.
Bad luck, ladies.
I once invented a special glue that could mend glass.
What was special about it?
It was made from a sticky secretion harvested from the glands of a slimy frog.
Was it effective?
Oh, yes. You could fix anything, Ribbit.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Mirrors are no use to us anymore.
Just as well. You were forever preening yourself.
I like to look smart and ladylike.
Nothing ladylike about culottes.
Everyone's wearing them.
Oh, you'll be taking up the cello next.
Ah, the cello. My most favourite instrument. We had lots of them at the Opera House. I used to perform there as a young singer. Did I ever tell you that I used to be an opera singer?
Yes.
I was a star. You don't know what I gave up for married life.
I thought you and Caspar met at the music hall.
I was forced to work there for a short time. It was a financial emergency.
Remind me, what was your act?
Don't ask.
I'm not ashamed of it, Caspar. I was Cecile, the amazing fiddle-playing contortionist.
Disgraceful.
The family business collapsed. She was in a awkward position.
Yes, I know. I've seen the photographs.
Don't you ever take anything seriously?
What's the point? I used to take my inventing seriously. I thought I could solve all the world's problems with my chemistry set and a Bunsen burner, but I couldn't even solve my own.
Poor Harry. You wanted a family.
Yes, I just didn't know it.
Too late now, old chap.
Exactly. We might as well just sit around here and have a laugh while we're waiting for...
The final trumpet?
If you like.
I wonder if I'll ever see my husband again.
Not while we're stuck in this room.
He really was annoying, but I do miss him.
I miss hot dinners.
I miss the Charleston and glitter balls.
A jolly game of table football.
Music. Applause.
I spent my whole life missing something. On the whole, I think I prefer being dead.
At least we don't have to worry about getting ill. Speaking of which, I'm concerned about the new governess.
Why?
You've seen her walking past our door. She looks awfully pale.
Positively spectral.
If I didn't know better, I would think she was one of us.
One of us?
Yes, you know, a spook, a wraith, a phantom, a shade.
Oh, heavens! Oh, gracious!
What?
I think the governess is in danger.
Not from us.
We're all nice.
I'm not.
Think about it. Why are we all here? Why can't we leave this room?
Perhaps this is where we were when it happened?
When what happened?
We were waiting to be called for dinner.
We're still waiting.
For how long? How many nights have we turned up here at the same time?
Must be at least a month.
I've lost track.
I remember. We had caviar blinis. They were particularly delicious. And then it all seemed to stop. Maybe it was food poisoning.
But how come the dogs are here?
I gave them some when nobody was looking.
You gave the dogs caviar?
I remember it was all very quick. Too quick for food poisoning.
Then what?
Something more lethal could have been added?
Deliberately?
No.
Do you mean arsenic?
I don't know.
It must have been an accident.
Who served the bellinis?
Robert the butler. And I haven't seen him for some time.
Who'd want us dead?
Sydney, maybe?
No.
Of course not.
He's our brother.
And he'd already inherited the estate, so he'd have no motive.
He never comes to see you.
It can't be Sydney. And Robert grew up here.
Anyway, who'd have arsenic these days?
You can't get it without a prescription.
What other poisons are there?
Some sort of mushroom.
Oh, my lord!
What?
Potassium cyanide!
Where would that have come from?
My chemicals box. I was working on a new type of electroplate. I'd arranged to meet an American businessman in London the next day. It was in my room.
Who knew?
I told the maid not to touch it.
Which one?
I can't remember.
Oh, Harry, do try. One of them could be a murderer.
Millie, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Can anyone remember if we've had a funeral?
No.
What about how we came to be in this room the first time? Think hard.
I recall a sensation of lightness, as though I was made out of air, being lifted up and then let go.
Like a balloon?
That's right, but still me.
A priest balloon.
That's right.
I came up through the floorboards, and I can remember a mouse looking at me.
Then I'm guessing we're all still here. Our bodies, I mean, at least.
But surely somebody have come looking for us.
Not if we weren't reported missing.
Then it must have been...
Sydney! The master had us murdered?
It looks that way, certainly.
But what's all this got to do with the new governess?
There's no reason for her to be here. That is, unless they...
Look! The governess is out in the hall.
Susan! Millie! Where are you?
And here come the maids. Which one was it, Harry?
The children are here.
They've knocked down my photo frame.
They don't usually come this close.
They're trying to tell us something. But I think I already know.
Susan, what is wrong with this house?
There's a storm coming, that's all.
You're lying. Millie, please tell me the truth. What's going on?
Nothing, miss.
Where are the children? Why are there so many locked doors, and who is that man in the attic?
Oh, that's just Robert. He used to be the butler here, but he had a sort of mental breakdown, so we keep him confined in his room.
What? He's locked in?
Yeah, it's for his own good. He's quite mad, you see.
But I've spoken to him.
Have you? I suspect he told you all sorts of lies about his true identity.
No, he wouldn't even tell me his name.
Good. Perhaps he's finally coming to his senses. Oh, those evil little devils. I'd throttle him if I could.
Susan!
The master's awake, Miss Susan.
All right, Millie, I'm coming.
I'll come too.
No, you wait in the drawing room. Stay there. I'll be back in a minute.
Come in, Ruth.
Oh, it's you again.
Yes, that's right. Don't be afraid.
You're not real.
We sort of are.
Casper is a priest balloon.
Hello.
We'd like to help, but I think we can only observe.
Stay back. I imagined you. Just stay back.
Yes, Susan.
In the master's study. Why am I talking to you? You don't exist.
We sort of do.
Stay back or I'll call her.
Susan, we need to talk.
What now?
I can't do it. I won't do it. I've had a change of heart.
This place is falling about our ears. All our plans are coming to nothing, and now those pesky kids have smashed the Rococo mirror.
So what? I didn't even like the Rococo mirror.
I did. It was particularly flattering.
I'll buy you a new one.
Or with? There'll be no money left after all the repairs. The damage must run to thousands, and they won't stop until you do something.
It's only stuff, Susan. It's only things.
Things you wanted badly enough too. Badly enough to kill for.
I wasn't in my right mind. I never thought you'd actually...
Oh, that was the conservatory roof. I like to read my folk in the conservatory. Do for the governess and put her with the children.
Even if I did, what makes you so sure she'll stay?
The others have. Every night they float pointlessly round the drawing room, whinging on about their lives. Harry and Casper laughing at their own jokes, just like they used to.
Yes, I'd rather miss them.
It's this house. It keeps them here.
No, it's what we did keeps them here. Or rather, what you did.
Oh, so that's how the land lies, is it?
Look, let's try an exorcism or something.
No, there's no other solution. Don't worry, she'll stick around. She's rotten to the core. Perfect governess for those little monsters, and if you won't do for her, I will.
Susan McIvor, mischievous maid.
Picks up a paper knife. Millie's afraid.
Millie was listening outside the door.
She must raise the alert on the servants' floor.
So, Millie, listening at keyholes, eh?
No, Miss Susan.
Out of my way.
Run, Billy, run, all down the dark stair. Susan means trouble, governess beware.
Well, Ruth, it's time to begin your duties.
What? In the middle of the night?
Run.
This lot can't protect you.
Protect me from what?
Run.
Ghost children need a ghost governess.
What? The children are dead?
Spanish flu took 'em. Suppy old Sydney was heartbroken.
But don't you mean Robert the butler? The man I spoke to in the attic. He said he had children who died of the flu.
The Master of Syleham appears at the door.
Run!
I'm Robert the butler. It's the real Sydney that's locked in the attic. Susan lied. She did it all.
Shut up!
Run! She poisoned the others, all the rest of the family.
Run!
She only kept Sydney alive in the attic so that he would sign checks for all the junk she had bought.
Traitor!
Millie's arrived. She's raised the alarm.
The housekeeper's here with the maid and aunt.
The housekeeper's primed to keep Auntie from harm.
A sieve and a rolling pin under her arm.
Stand down, Susan McIvor.
Back off, Corny.
Oh, you won't get away with killing me, Susan. My sister knows I'm here. You posted her letters.
Do you mean these letters?
From inside her apron, Susan reveals a bundle of letters.
My letters to Maud.
With broken seals.
Letters full of plans to marry the wealthy widower. But she weren't going to stop there. Oh no, she intended to dispose of him and take his place.
Well, who would have thought?
Is that true, Ruth?
I've hated men all my life, and with good cause. I've been angry all my life, but I've never hurt anybody except myself. And since I've been here, I've realised I never could.
Very touching, I'm sure. But it's too late for you, Ruth.
Then in slow motion, time seems to stand still.
Susan McIvor moves in for the kill.
But brave Mrs. Cornish, her arms in a spin, blocks with her sieve.
The governess will live.
Then knocks Susan out with her rolling pin.
Millie, get Susan's keys and unlock every door in this house, starting with the attic.
Are you all right, Miss Cordelia?
Yes, dear. And look, Gabriel's here.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, what do you want?
Oh, I'm always hanging about.
It's over, Robert.
Yes, Mother.
Mother?
Robert is my son, born out of wedlock from a liaison with a stable boy. He grew up here in secrecy and got a job as the butler.
Disgraceful.
I knew they'd locked the real Sydney away. Susan said they'd hurt him if I told anyone.
And in the attic, Sydney said that somebody would get hurt if he told. I suppose he meant you, Miss Cordelia.
That's right. Robert, you'll have to pay for your part in this.
Yes, Mother, don't nag.
But there will always be a home for you here. Come along, we'll wait downstairs.
I say, you chaps, the real Sydney's here.
We've missed you, Sydney.
And I've missed you too, being stuck in that attic. I'm sorry I couldn't stop Susan doing what she did to you. She was jealous of our family and intent on having heirlooms of her own. I think it just got out of hand.
Not your fault, old boy.
Where did they put us, Sydney?
Under the floor in the old servants' hall.
Of course.
Millie, unlock the door to the old servants' hall. Pull those boards from the windows.
She's already done it, Miss Ruth. The morning sun's lighting up the whole room.
Then it's time for me to blow my trumpet.
Must you, Gabriel?
Yep. Then you lot can finally get out of here.
Hurrah!
Excuse me, are there glitter balls in heaven?
Madam, we invented them. Right, line up.
What about the children?
They've gone ahead. Ready?
Ready.
What a racket.
Up with the sun to start the day. Hark away, off on a journey far away. Hark away, my lady, hark away, my lady. Under the mantle of the sky, houses fly, hue and cry. Or in the blinking of an eye, rides the bold my lady, rides the bold my lady.
Ah, my head!
What shall we do with Susan?
Don't worry, I'm guarding her with my trusty utensils until the police get here.
No! It's too late, I'm afraid, Susan. Perhaps if you'd been honest, we'd have treated you as one of our own.
I'm so sorry, Sydney. I came here with bad intentions. I'll just go and get my things and go back to Ipswich.
Do you really want to go back to Ipswich?
Well, no.
Who would?
Then why don't you stay here with us?
And so, my dear sister, that's exactly what I intend to do. Pack your valise. I can't wait for you to come and join me.
Up with the sun to start the day. Hark away, off on a journey far away. Hark away, my lady, hark away, my lady.
The Mystery of Syleham Manor, featuring Carolyn Allum as Ruth Crittleworth, Claire Berman as Susan McIvor, Jill Cook as Mrs. Cornish, Trisha Bradbrook as Aunt Cordelia, Paul Nugent as Sidney, Master of the House, Andy Girling as the Man in the Attic, David Appleton as Harry Treadgold, Caroline Giddings as Gwendolyn Darcy, Julie Bennett as Cecily Treadgold, Wayne Whitney as Caspar Treadgold, Pam Rivers as Great Aunt Grace, Anne Casmusant and Rebecca Hurst as Perdita Luckless, Anne Altria as Millie the Maid, Rebecca Hurst as Gabriel, Director Caroline Roberts, Sound Design, Recording and Editing Amy Mallet, Original Script by Pat Wymark, Songs by Pat Wymark, arranged by Amy Mallet, Workshop Assistant Rebecca Hurst, Volunteers Steph Mallet, Anne Altria and Sandy Taylor. Presented by Unscene Suffolk, the production is generously funded by Arts Council England, the National Lottery Community Fund and Suffolk Community Foundation. With thanks to Jenny Elborn, Sensing Change, Suffolk Archives and New Wolsey Theatre.